In this video, Jack shows you how to clean and service your Brother card reader on your own. He has another very much in-depth video about how the card reader works, and most knitters won't go that far, but there is a lot you can do for yourself, and this is it.
Alright, you've seen the card reader all in pieces on the table here. And now what we're going to show you is what you can do by taking these screws out along here, and then this piece comes out, and then this piece comes out. And if you'll notice, this is pretty much what you saw while I had the back off of the machine. You just can't get to the underside. Now, what you can do is you can still lubricate everything that needs to be sprayed.
And you're lubricating with LPS food grade right now, is that right?
Yes, that right there.
Wait, we can't see. Lower it a little. There we go.
Okay. And this is safe for anything that's in there, the belt, the little white cams, and then of course what we want to do is rotate our belt a little bit and spray these cams as we rotate. And now we know those little fingers are underneath there, and our little rods are underneath there. And see, all this is something that you can do on your machine without having to take the casing completely off. Now if we can go to the other end, and the same thing, we need to lubricate underneath here. Okay, and again, you can manually turn your belt and you'll see, oh okay, I can go in between those holes, I can get it nice and slick. The top, if you'll notice, there's a tensioner here, and there's little stobs that go under the tensioner, so you're going to need a little on the top. And it wouldn't hurt to run all the way along the back of the needle that you never get to.
I want to ask you something about LPS 1 on record. A very experienced knitting friend of ours got in touch, said she used it on your say-so and was stunned at how little residue it seemed to leave. She's accustomed to oil and seeing the oil on needles. If you're going to put them away for a long time, we kind of look for that to know there's a protective film. She didn't see it and wondered what to think. So what can you tell us?
Okay, I remember that query. The LPS 1 is a foaming silicone spray. And the reason I use it to clean with is because it's really heavy and it goes in, you can see it getting on all the pieces. The food grade that I was just using, that my lovely assistant is putting in front of the camera, is a dry silicone spray. So if I spray it right there, you see it when it goes on, but very quickly...
Gosh, it's fading already.
Yeah, it fades up. It's supposed to do that.
I don't know if you all could see it on the camera, but I could see like a puddle where you'd put it. And now if I run my hand across in real time, I'm getting the faintest residue on my fingers.
The reason for that is none of the fibers are going to stick to it, but it's going to stick to the metal.
So it still is there doing its job.
It is there. It is there.
I'll tell you what, it knits like it's there.
Oh, it does. Now, what we ought to do is take the camera and go show them your card reader that we just took apart and what not to see when you take these off.
We'll do that. All right, now I'm holding the camera by hand, so I apologize for any shakiness. This machine does not look filthy from the outside. I've been taking good care of it. Note the yellow goo on the inside. Not our favorite thing for good functioning.
And you have to admit, when I took this apart a little while ago, you cleaned and cleaned and cleaned.
I did. I went all back in here, friends. And I was shocked because from the outside it looks pretty nice. I've been quite careful with this one. And I haven't had it all that long. But where I can't get to it, the fact that it was a second-hand machine that had been put up, although not filthy, is the tale is being told in the yellow goo.
And that's exactly what, you can see that, but you don't really want to see that. Because when you're seeing that, that means every fiber and piece of crud in the world is also seeing that. And I'm going to show you how thick that is. It's just stuck all on the finger. And that's what you don't want in there. That's why we use that dry silicone spray. that means it's there, it's lubricating, but it's not in a liquid form where it's glistening and shiny like the nasty goo is.
Again, this was put on clean goo, and it did
Yes.
its job in its day, but we now have chemicals that do it even better and are not as likely to break down.